Hello, I'm Joe. Welcome to our own vegetables, fruit and herbs. Hello and welcome back to Joe's Allotment channel. And as always, thank you to die behind the camera. I'd like to thank everyone who subscribed recently. Thank you for all your lovely comments and suggestions, much appreciated. And if you haven't already subscribed, and if you're new to the channel, what we're trying to do is do a weekly vlog of the jobs each week for a kitchen garden or allotment, and try and do that throughout a whole year. So you've got a sort of weekly list of jobs, sort of including sowing, planting, looking after the crops, harvesting, and what to do with how to preserve some of the crops, and even how to cook some of the crops. So that's what we're trying to do on a weekly basis. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. There's a subscribe button down the bottom here somewhere. So if you press that, you can follow our weekly journey throughout a whole allotment year. So week 2 of June, got quite a lot of jobs to do, so I'll crack on with the first one shortly. Yeah, so I'm just going to sow another 3 mammoth red cabbages here, which we sowed on the 15th of March. So these are like a follow-on crop to these ones, which are doing quite well and growing. I'm just going to line the holes first. A bit of lime in each hole. As always, plant them in very firmly, because like all brassicas, they like a nice firm soil. And then we're look at the root system on those, lovely. Completely covered, filled the pot. Let's just get those in there. Give them a good firming down. And these are quite good as well, because they're red for some reason. The pigeons don't attack the red cabbages. If they were white cabbages, they would have been decimated by the pigeons, but because they're red, they seem to leave them alone for some reason. Very strange. Give those a good firming, and I'll give those a watering in a moment. So that should get away quite well. That's it. That's that job done. So we've got a bit of space here at the end of the cucumber bed. We've actually got a little cucumber growing somewhere, I saw it today. Oh, here it is. First cucumber just coming through there. Lovely little cucumber. So we've got a little bit of space at the end here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to sow some successional cropping. Yeah, so I'm going to plant some beetroot, carrot and rocket in these little sections here. So what I'll do is I'll pre-water the area first. Give it a soak in, let that sink in for a while. I'll do the beetroot first, which is a bulb tardy variety. So, do a couple of seeds, 4 to 6 inches apart, and they can be thinned out later, or left to 2 or 3. It's not too bad, they can just grow in little clumps. That's the beetroot done. So I've got 2 varieties of carrots here. We've got a James Scarlet Intermediate, which is an old-fashioned sort of a broader variety of carrot, and an early nonce 2, which is a very good one for freezing. So I'll do a little section of each, I think. Very tiny seed, so try and sprinkle them quite lightly. That's those done. The thing I'm doing is Napoli rocket. Very fine seed. And these should be ready in sort of 4 to 6 weeks. To follow on from the other ones we've planted, and it's lovely peppery flavour to your salads. So well worth growing rocket. Just cover those over lightly. Give them a firm down. That's it. That's that bed completely filled now. So the leeks can be planted out this week as well. These were sown in a cold greenhouse on the 12th of March. We've got a couple of varieties here. We've got an elephant and a mussel burrow, both sown on the 12th of March. So what I'll do is I'll give them a good watering tonight. And I'll try and get them sown out tomorrow. So what we do is we take them out of the pot, trim off the roots, trim off the tops, dib a hole in the ground, put them in, and then don't fill it with soil, fill it with water. So I'll try and get those done hopefully tomorrow. But when I trim them, I actually keep the trimmings because we can use them in a soup or something, rather than just throw them away. So that's the job for tomorrow. We've got some kohlrabi here which we grew in toilet rolls. So what I do is I just put straight into the soil in the toilet rolls, and they'll break up in the ground and grow on. Just put them into the soil. That's it. They should go on quite well like that. I'm going to put some more brassicas into this bed here. We've got some Brussels sprouts, Evesham specials, which were sown on the 8th of April. Then we've got some, these ones are cauliflowers, all year round, 8th of April as well. And we've got some cabbage. Greyhound cabbages, sown on the 15th of March. So we'll put those into this bed here. So we've got 3 cabbages, greyhound cabbages, and the roots have actually filled the pot completely. Brilliant. And we've limed the holes, pre-limed the holes. So we just put those in, rather firm them in very well. Give them a good firming in. We'll actually cover these as well to stop the pigeons having a feast, which they love to with green cabbages for some reason. Get a good firming in. Press those in. So these are collies. This is a successional crop. We've got some collies in another bed over there already. So these are follow on from the other ones. It's firmed in nicely. Firm them in, and we'll give them a good watering and then we'll get them covered. So these are the Evesham Special Brussels. There's 4 of these. So what I do, I'll fill the rest of this bed with some kale. We've got a Black Magic one here, we planted on the 22nd of April, and that's our favourite variety really. It's a lovely kale, tastes really nice, and we also dry it, which gives us a nice powder which we can put in a lot of our recipes. And we've got a curly variety as well. So what I'll do is I'll fill the rest of this bed up with the kale now. And they go about 1 foot apart. And we'll have to cover these as well to protect them from the birds. Otherwise they get completely decimated. Especially where they're young and tender, they go from even more. So these were sown in a seed tray, and then I transplanted them into pots about 4 weeks ago. They're quite well established now, so it's a good time to plant them out. I'll be watering them or something now. Okay. So we purchased a big reel of this piping on eBay for about 10 quid, and it's been really useful. What we do is we put these on, and then we cover them with netting, and that'll stop the pigeons getting to the brassicas. So we'll cover those over now. So another job for week 2 of June is to earth up the potatoes. I've earthed up this little bed here. Got the main crop down the other plot as well, which needs earthing up. So I'll get on with that in the next few days as well, get those done. But earthing up improves the yield, keeps the weeds down, protects the plant as well. So these ones have now been earthed up. I might earth them up again in a short period later. Just dig the trenches a bit more and bring some more soil over the top of the potatoes. So that's the job for week 2 of June. So we germinated these parsnips in toilet rolls, and quite a few of them come up surprisingly. Because I use my own compost, we've got some tomatoes in there as well. So I'm going to put them in this bed here. So just put them straight in with the toilet roll. Well, these were sown on the 15th of March. These are hollow crown parsnips. I'll put them in this bed here. Just to show you, the roots have actually come out the bottom of the toilet rolls, so they'll get away really quickly. That's a little section of parsnips here. It's under a plum tree, but I don't think the shade's going to affect the parsnips that much, and hopefully we'll get a secondary crop of parsnips in the winter. So what I'll do is I'll water these in a moment, and that's those done. We've got 2 threads of bull beans which we planted about October, and they're now ready. You can see they're sort of bumping up, the beans are formed inside. So what we do is we chop them off at the bottom and leave the roots in the ground, because legumes form nitrogen which feeds the soil. They're a lovely crop, they're very nutritious, great form of protein and other antioxidants and vitamins, and they also give you a lot of mulching or composting material as well. So they're a really good crop to grow. So let's open one I can show you. Lovely, lovely bean. So what we do is we'll take these home and we'll freeze quite a few as well. So we've done half a bed of broad beans and we've got a whole bucket full. So we need to take them home and process them, shell them and freeze them. So I'm going to do, I've left the roots in the ground. What I'm going to do is just do a few leeks tonight, I think. So just dib a hole. So 4 to 6 inches apart. So just pull out a little section. And what I'll do is I'll trim up the roots just a bit, not too much. Trim off the tops. What's down there for the time being? Just a matter of separating them out, dropping them into a hole. Just water those in a moment. Just a matter of filling the holes with water now. And they'll establish themselves in no time. So we've just got the rest of the pot to do now. So what I'll do is I'll clear some space on the other plot for most of those leeks, I think. I'll just fill this section up. And then I'll plant the rest down the other end. I think we'll take a few beetroots home today as well. Nice ones here. I'll get that whole section down. I think. Nice little crop of beetroot. Right, we dug up a few early potatoes as well. So they're nice fresh new potatoes. Take home some rockets and some ondine. Got some rocket and ondine there. Nice lettuce here. Take that home as well. Lovely little gem lettuce. We'll get some parsley and coriander as well. Where's the coriander? This is the parsley, is it? Right. Take a nice bit of parsley home as well. And some salad stuff there as well. That's not a bad little selection. So another job to do this week would be to crop some of this spinach. It's starting to go to seed already. So what I'll do is I'll pull those up. I've got some new spinach seedlings to put in to replace them. So we'll pull those up. We'll use quite a lot of it, and then we'll also maybe freeze some of it as well. So that's another job for this week. Week 2 of June. The strawberries have started turning red now, they're ready. So what we do is we pick some tonight and we'll pick some over the rest of the week as well. So that's a lovely punnet of strawberries. Got loads more to pick. As always, there's lots of weeding to do still. I've still got to earth up the rest of the potatoes. There's still the rest of the leeks to plant out, the rest of the broad beans to actually pull out the ground and harvest. So there's still a lot of work to do, but that's the general idea of what's the jobs for week 2 of June. Thank you for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Leave us a like, leave us a comment, or subscribe to our channel and see what we've got to do in week 3 of June. Thanks again for watching. Happy gardening.